Okay, I think everybody is present, and I hope you must have seen the other videos. 3D lines 1. So I am continuing that lecture. So 3D lines 1. So I am continuing after that. Okay. So let us start with this. Suppose let us take 2 points in 3D, Px1, y1, z1 and Qx2, y2, z2. Then we got a segment PQ. Okay. So we are interested in giving projection or length of projection. Length of projection on a line with DRs or DCs element of segment PQ is equal. So basically there are 2 points, you join them by a segment, and the PQ, if I draw perpendicular here, call it as P dash. Draw perpendicular here, call it as Q dash. So this is the length of projection of PQ in the direction of the line having DC's element. So there are a number of ways to do this. So the easiest way is I won't draw parallel line there. So call it as M. So P dash Q dash is exactly equal to PM. Okay. Remember this is one line PQ. So if you see DRs of PQ line segment, that is equal to x2 minus x1 dr, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. If I want DCs of PQ, how to get Jinam? DRs of the line segment PQ are nothing but x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. How do I get DCs of PQ? Jinam.
Sir, x2 minus x1 by r.
By total magnitude. Magnitude of PQ is nothing but distance between points P and Q. Let us call them as PQ itself. Then the DCs will be x2 minus x1 by PQ and y2 minus y1 by PQ and z2 minus z1 by PQ. This is for PQ bar. For QP bar it will be negative, but it's okay. We are finding the length only. So I got DCs of PQ bar and I got DCs of the line. So suppose theta is the angle between them, then definitely you can see that the theta is nothing but angle between PQ bar vector and as well as PM bar vector. But PM bar is parallel to P dash Q dash bar. So that is nothing but PQ bar and P dash Q dash bar. So it's like angle between two lines whose DCs, the first set of DCs are x2 minus x1 by PQ, y2 minus y1 by PQ, z2 minus z1 by PQ. And the second set is line. The line DCs we are assuming it as element that is given to you. Therefore, I'm going to erase this. Therefore, what I want is the projection. Therefore, P dash Q dash is same as PM. That is equal to, as you can see, PQ into cos theta. And remember, cos theta is nothing but A dot B by mod A mod B. So, but both are unit vectors, both are DCs. DCs are nothing but unit vectors. So, directly it is PQ into cos theta. That is x2 minus x1 by PQ. Okay, I have to erase them. So, that is equal to PQ into cos theta is nothing but DCs of first one y2 minus y1 by PQ and z2 minus z1 by PQ. Dot product with the second line DC element. So that is equal to x2 minus x1 into L by PQ plus M into Y2 minus Y1 plus N into Z2 minus Z1. So that's a very important derivation. The PQ and PQ will get cancelled. Okay, so what we have derived is that if you take any line segment PQ whose whose position vectors are point coordinates x2, x1, y1, z1, x2, y2, z2, the projection of this on any line with the DC's element is given by projection of PQ on line with the DC's element is given by sigma L into x2 minus x1 cycle. That means L into x2 minus x1 plus m into y2 minus y1 plus n into z2 minus z1. Using this or otherwise, do that or find board space is less, so I give 5. The perpendicular distance of the point P x1 y1 z1 from line or x0, x0, y0, z0 from the line given by symmetric form of the line, that is x minus some x minus some alpha by a equal to y minus beta by b equal to z minus gamma by c. So I have given you a line equation, and from this line we are interested in finding the perpendicular distance using the previous derivation. Okay, so clearly DCs of the line will be, these are DRs ABC, so A by root over A square plus B square plus C square, or let me call them as, okay, not an issue, A by root over, but in the derivation I want LMN only to come in the picture, so let me take it as LMS. DCs of the line are themselves LMN, so expression will be shorter. So what I am going to do is, there is this line which passes through a fixed point. Remember, to get the point, equate this to 0, equate this to 0, equate this to 0. You get alpha, beta, gamma, and the direction is DCs, is element, unit vector. So this is the line, and there is your point P, which like passes through, whose coordinates are x0, y0, and z0. So from this point, you want to calculate perpendicular distance. Okay, so draw of perpendicular, call it as M. I want PM. Join these two. Remember, the line always passes through this fixed point. Let us call it as Q. Then you want PM. So by Pythagoras theorem, you can say PM equal to root over PQ square minus QM square. What is QM? PQ square everybody knows. That is x0 minus alpha whole square, y0 minus beta whole square, and z0 minus gamma whole square. This is your PQ. What is QM? What is QM? How my previous derivation will help me in finding QM directly? Sir, how do you see QM? Come on, answer.
The PQ of projection online.
QM is nothing but projection of PQ. Projection of PQ in the direction of the line. In the direction of line whose DCs are elements. That is why I have already assumed the DCs to be element. If they are DRs, you can find by dividing the magnitude. So directly, this is what we have derived. Therefore, I can write QM as The segment is PQ, X naught, Y naught, Z naught, alpha, beta, gamma. So X naught minus alpha into L plus M into Y naught minus beta plus M into Z naught minus gamma. Therefore, we have got QM, call it as second equation. We have got PQ, call it as first equation, and put it in PM. Therefore, the required perpendicular distance PM is nothing but root over PQ square X naught minus alpha whole square plus sigma, I'll write cyclic, minus this QM square L into X naught minus alpha sigma the whole square. Okay. So that is how you can also give the expression for the perpendicular distance. So we were always discussing perpendicular distance and the image foot of the perpendicular, etc. What about parametric distance? We also know in 2D geometry parametric distance, that is distance from a point from a line, distance of a point from a line. For example, I'll replace this perpendicular distance. Find the distance of the point from this particular line given by this. Okay, in a direction whose DCs, DCs are comfortable. So I'm writing DCs as L dash, M dash, N dash. So do you know how to find it? You understand the question? This time I don't want the perpendicular distance. It's like parametric distance. In straight lines, if you remember, the parametric distance is given by substitute the point in the line divided by a cos theta plus b sin theta. A cos theta plus b sin theta is maximum, root a square plus b square, then you get perpendicular distance as the minimum distance. Like that, there is this point, x naught, y naught, z naught. From this point, there is this line, okay, passing through alpha, beta, gamma, having DC's element. I want this distance, not the perpendicular one. Now this is PQ, such that the PQ DC's are L dash, M dash, N dash. Okay, so how do I find PQ? How do I find PQ? Come on, Satyam, Ajinkya, Ananya, are you there? I have given you the line equation, so you know a fixed point on the line. I don't know whether it is useful or not. You also know dr of the line. Obviously, you will be knowing dc's of the line also. But I want the distance measured of the point from the line in a direction whose dc's, the direction is parallel to another line whose dc's are L dash, M dash, N dash. How do I find PQ? So what? For a good place, same things. What I am doing general derivation, only those things you have to repeat with numbers. If I take 1, 2, 3 as 1 point, there is one line x plus 1 by minus 1 is y by 2 equal to z by 1. Okay, so this point is minus 1, 0, 0. I want this distance, and this line DC's are minus 1, 2, 1. And I want this distance measured in a direction whose DC's are same. These are not DC's, root 1 plus 1, 4, root 6, and root. So that DC is, say, for example, half 1 by 2. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. 1 by 2 plus x square equal to 1 by root. Say, these are the DC's. So what is QM? This is what I'm asking. How do you find PM distance? Hmm? That means you have not still adapted to the problem solving in 3D. What you have been given is a symmetric line. Whenever you have this line, can't you find general point on the line? What you have seen in the foot of the perpendicular or image derivations? Huh? Where do we started the problem? Assume that this point by equating to some t or lambda. Then you get this point. Then you apply this is perpendicular to this, etc. In the same way, where is this line? Q is after all a point on the line. Q is general point. Say Q is general point on the line. You have got the line x minus alpha by L is y minus beta by m is z minus gamma by n. Suppose equal to t. That means Q will be alpha plus LT. This is the most important and easy way of solving the problem for any point on the line. Gamma plus MT. You got Q. But T is variable. Where T is any variable. So Q can be any general point. But you want that Q such that PQ, DCs are L dash, M dash, N dash. So PQ, DCs now are going to be, you have got P here, you have got Q here, alpha plus LP minus X naught, comma, beta plus MT minus Y naught, gamma plus NT minus Z naught, divided by the distance between PQ. Euclidean distance that you can find. That's all. So that should be, I have given as L dash, M dash, N dash. Equate them, solve for T. Solve for T. Once you solve for T, you will get the point Q. You will get the point Q. Am I missing something here? What I am missing? L dash, M dash, M dash, N dash. That I have already given you. They are the DCs. Okay. So you will get the value of T and you can find the distance. There are several ways. Another way is dot perpendicular. Call it as M. Okay. So PQ is given by PM square minus MQ square. MQ is nothing but again projection of PQ on this. But for that also you want Q, no? Cannot find. Okay. Then you can start with theta. Another way. You have got L dash, M dash, N dash. Okay. And you have got LMN. You can find theta. Once you find theta, okay. So I want PQ. Then I have to find, first of all, perpendicular distance PM. Another way. You find PM. How do you find PM? Join this. Join this, find this. Say this is some P dash. Say this is M. So P dash M, that is the direct projection of line joining P dash and P on the line having element DC. So you got P dash M. Once you got P dash M as well as PP dash, you can find this. Once you find this and you have theta, you can directly give this. So let us do the example so that you will understand what are the various methods to solve this problem. Find distance of the point, say 0, 1, minus 1 from the line x by minus 1 is y by 1 is z by 1, 1, 2. Any perfect square? Root 7. Root 7. 1 plus 1 plus 1. And in a direction parallel to line x by 1 by root 3 or 1 by root 2, y by 1 by 2 is z by 1 by 2. 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 equal to 1. So they are directly the DC. So this is my question. I have discussed orally what are the methods to solve. So can you try use any method and give me the answer? Come on, do it. 0, 1, minus 1 distance from this line x by minus 1 is y by 1 is z by root 7 in a direction, not the perpendicular distance, parametric distance, which is parallel to this particular line. Can you do? It is already being recorded, but the space is very, very less. I'm not able to write even. ठीक है. Thanks to Sukhwani sir, we got a lot of board space now. So are you doing or not? Kuldeep Rai, are you doing?
Yes, sir.
So let me take the point as 0, 1, -1 from the line. From the line. Okay. So there is fixed point on the line. Call it as P dash, for example, and that is 0, 0, 0. Nothing to worry. And the DCs of this line -1 by 1, 1, 2, 7, 3. -1 by 3. 1 by 3. √7 by 3. These are the DCs. And this direction, I want this PQ. This direction is 1 by √2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. DCs. Direction means DRs are DCs, but you can verify them. So, आप कुछ भी करो, I want PQ. I want PQ. Even there is a smarter way than this. I have discussed two methods. There is a third method also, which you could have used if you have listened to the lecture carefully in lines. In fact, the third method is the most simple one compared to other methods that I have discussed. So I started the problem by illustrating. I started the problem that you start at Q because you know this line. That is what I said. This line is this x by -1 equal to y by 1 equal to z by √7. Suppose equal to t. Then you get this as minus t √7 t. √7t. That is your point Q. You need to find PQ in such a way that the DCs, PQ DCs you can find. Okay, this is also more or less same method. So PQ DCs if you want. So I said it's like 0 minus t, PQ, Q minus t, okay, and t √7 t minus 1 √7t plus 1, the whole thing divided by PQ, which we need to find. These are the DCs, and that I have given to be 1 by √2, 1 by 2, and 1 by 2. So when you compare, you get minus t by PQ is equal to 1 by √2. So PQ is equal to minus P root 2. And second equation, if you compare PQ by 2, PQ is 2T minus 2. Third equation, you get PQ by 2 is 2 into root 70 plus 1. 2 into root 70 plus 1. So you can equate these two, for example. Then 2T minus 2 equal to 2 root 70 plus 2. Okay, cancel 2. T minus 1 is root 70 plus 1. 2 plus root 70 equal to 2. So T equal to 2 by 1 minus root 7. I gave some irrational, that is why you got this, but that's okay. Therefore, you want the PQ, that is minus T into root 2. P into minus root 2. So 2 root 2 by root 7 minus 1. That is your answer. Is it clear? This is a method I told you, and this is a method you get when you start the problem from here. Taking a general point on this line, then giving the DC set. The same problem can be done starting from here. That is, I think, even more simpler. Provided you know what is parametric form of a line. Satyam, what is parametric form of a line in 3D or in 2D? Remember in 2D, when there is a x0, y0 and you want a point at a distance r from it, this is taken to be x0 plus r cos theta, y0 plus r sin theta in 2D. Cos theta, sin theta, because the sin theta is actually cos of 90 minus theta. Alpha plus beta was 90 there in 2D. But in 3D, it's not 90, that is why in 3D, I told you in the lecture also, if you take a point x0, y0, z0, and I want a point at a distance q, at a distance r from the point P, such that the DCs here are element DCs of the line. Then this point can be directly taken as x0 plus r cos alpha, y0 plus r cos beta, z0 plus r cos gamma. That is the parametric form of the line. Okay, eliminate r, you get the symmetric form of the line. So I can do the same problem starting from here. Yes, sir. I have got the point here. Suppose the distance is r, which we need to find. I have the DCs with me. So I can directly give the coordinates for q. Instead of assuming the coordinates in the second method, I can give coordinates for q as x0. This is x0, y0, z0. This is my cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. So 0 plus r into 1 by root 2, 1 plus r into 1 by 2, minus 1 plus r into 1 by 2. This is your q. But remember, q lies on the line. Leave all this nonsense. Lies on line. What line I have given? X by, I think I have given 1 root 7, right? X by 1 is y by 1 is z by root 7. Okay, so directly substitute this. So r by root 2, this point lies on this line. This x coordinate is x.
Sir, x by minus 1.
X by minus 1 था.
Minus 1. So this by minus 1 equal to 1 plus r by 2 by 1 equal to minus 1 plus r by 2 by root 7. Cross multiply, then you get r by root 2 equal to minus r by 2 minus 1. So you get r into 1 by root 2 plus 1 by 2 equal to minus 1. So you get r equal to minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. But this value is different. Ideally, it should not be different, right? What are these? Is minus 1, 1, root 7. And what is the point on that? Okay. -1 and √7. It is not equal to 0. Okay, the question I have given. Okay, I'll explain. So here I must jump to another concept. So the R you got here and the R you got here will be different for some reason. So what is that reason is our next topic. √7/2 into R. So as you can see, इसमें obviously √7 वाला आंसर आएगा, इसमें √2 वाला आंसर आएगा, जो कि इनकंसिस्टेंट तो मैंने जो वैल्यूज दिया है वो डेरिवेशन तो ठीक है, मेथड भी ठीक है, लेकिन मैंने जो वैल्यूज दिया है वो वैल्यूज गलत है। ऐसा कैसे गलत हो सकता है? दिखने में तो सब कुछ अच्छा ही है। वो गलत इसीलिए होगा क्योंकि ये लाइन जो है ना, इस लाइन को कभी इंटरसेक्ट ही नहीं करेगी। ओके, तो क्या इसका मतलब ये दोनों पैरेलल लाइंस है? देखो एक बार, इसका डीसीस कितना है? 1/√2 DRC ले लो, 1/√2 1/2 1/2 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करो, √2 1 ये इसका DRC। इस लाइन का DRC कितना है दूसरा वाला का? -1 1 √7। Are they parallel? If they are parallel, A1/A2 should be B1/B2, C1/C2. But it is not the case. How can two lines which are not parallel cannot intersect? That is our next subtopic, last subtopic in fact, in lines. So can you give the explanation before I say? How can two lines whose DRs are not in proportion? In other words, we just saw example where two lines are not parallel, but when I try to find the point of intersection, which is at a distance of r, I'm getting inconsistent value, which means lines are also not intersecting. Also not intersecting. How can you have such a line? Can you visualize such a lines which are not parallel, which are not intersecting?
The planes different हो.
Different. Very good. अगर आप घर के पीछे जाओगे कपड़े सुखाने के लिए एक रस्सी ऐसे, ये मैं हमेशा इसी एग्जांपल लेता हूँ, दिखने में आसान है, कपड़े सुखाने वाला रस्सी ऐसा जो ऊपर ऐसा लगा है, और एक और है जो मतलब दीवार पर आप लगा लो। तो बेसिकली इस ये जो बोर्ड है ना, ये प्लेन में मैं एक लाइन ड्रा करता हूँ, ठीक है, और ये वाला मैं एक और लाइन ड्रा करता हूँ। तो डेफिनेटली क्या है, ये दोनों लाइंस पैरेलल भी नहीं है, एट द सेम टाइम दे आर आल्सो नॉट इंटरसेक्टिंग। So basically such a lines are what are called skew lines. What are skew lines? Skew lines are the lines which are neither parallel nor intersecting, because neither parallel nor intersecting, and they are fixed lines, right? We can't move them. The same example you take here. This wire is there. That wire, suppose, is like a line, one line, and I'll take my pen for example. Imagine this is also another line, infinitely extended. This is one line, that is another line. Both are not intersecting. That lies there. This lies in this place. So clearly, what will happen is that these two are neither parallel, they are not intersecting. So these two lines are what are called skew lines. Once they are skew lines, because they lie in two different planes. Okay. But what you see in my example, that wire is there. ये कपड़े सुखाने वाला रस्सी मान लो ऐसे है, और एक दूसरा ये लाइन, तो एक लाइन ऐसा होगा और दूसरा लाइन ऐसा होगा। जो इसको कटने करेंगे नीचे है, इमेजिन so this is below and this is above. यहाँ जो distance बनेगा that is what is called SD or shortest distance between the lines. For example, so imagine both the pens to be different lines. Extend this infinitely. ये एक line है, ये एक line है ना? ठीक है? So what is the main point here? ये वाला distance जो है, there is some shortest distance. Suppose you are on that end, your friend is there, you are on this particular pen. So you are at farther distance. He tries to move, you are also trying to approach. So at certain point, your distance will be minimum. Beyond that, you will be moving like this, he will be moving like that. Again, distance keeps on increasing. So what is that exact point at which the distance is minimum? So our interest is, first of all, how do you conclude that the given two lines are actually skew lines but are not intersecting lines? Or how do you determine that the lines I have given you is intersecting lines, right? So that is goal number 1 in this topic. Goal number 2 is how to find that shortest distance. Goal number 1, given two lines, say x minus x1 by a1 is y minus y1 by b1, z minus z1 by c1, and x minus x2 by a2, symmetric notation, y minus y2 by b2 is z minus z2 by c. These are my two lines. How do you know that they are skew lines but not intersecting lines? Very clearly. So very clearly, when you say they are skew lines, they are in different planes, which means they are non-coplanar lines. Okay. So these lines are intersecting only if, this is also very important condition. IIT में पूछा गया already. If these two lines intersect, what is the condition? So when two lines will intersect, that means they must be intersecting only if they are coplanar. They are coplanar. Only lines, and of course, obviously, then somebody will ask me, what if they are coplanar but they are parallel? And of course, non-parallel. Two conditions. Huh? So non-parallel you can verify directly. Therefore, condition number 1. What is the condition for lines to be intersecting? Number 1, non-parallel. So A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2 not equal to C1 by C2. All together, basically. These two can be equal but not equal to third one. That is enough to say non-parallel. This is the requirement for non-parallel. And once they are non-parallel, number 2, condition for coplanarity. They are coplanar but not parallel. What is the condition for coplanarity? Condition for coplanarity. Come on, use your brains and tell me. I have given you two lines. When can you say that? Which are, you can verify A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2, or even if they are equal, it's not equal to C1 by C2. That is enough to say that they are not parallel lines. Okay, you have concluded they are not parallel. How do you ensure that they are coplanar or non-coplanar? If the second condition also fails, for example, I write some condition XYZ, that is the condition for coplanarity. If that fails, that means they are neither parallel nor intersecting, which means they must be skew lines. Okay, so the condition for intersecting lines is most important. And what is that? What I am saying, once they are non-parallel, if they are intersecting, they must be coplanar. What is the condition for two lines to be coplanar or intersecting? This is I am asking you a very simple question. What is the condition for the two lines given in this form to be coplanar? So there is no point in continuing if you don't answer this.
सर सर दो लाइंस को इंटरसेक्ट करने के लिए कोप्लानर होना जरूरी थोड़ी ना है।
नॉन पैरेलल बोल दिया ना ऑलरेडी।
सर नॉन पैरेलल नहीं मतलब अलग अलग प्लेन्स में होकर भी तो इंटरसेक्ट कर ही सकती है ना।
नहीं कर सकते ना, दे आर लाइंस, दे आर नॉट वेक्टर्स टू शिफ्ट, you cannot shift. You might be thinking that I'll take one line in this plane and I'll keep one more cone plane, ठीक है, like this for example. So you take one line here, draw like this, another line here, draw like this. They are there only. This line will be here only. Line, रस्सी, एक रस्सी ले लो, ऐसे ऐसे मतलब फिक्स कर, दूसरा रस्सी ले लो नीचे ग्राउंड पे धरती पे फिक्स कर। जब तक तुम इसको खींच के नीचे नहीं लेके आओगे वो इंटरसेक्ट नहीं करेगा, और तुम ये नहीं कर सकते हो, जब तू खींचेगा लाइन का इक्वेशन बदलेगा। Understand?
यस सर।
Lines will be lines only. So you can't do that shifting. You can do the shifting only with free vectors. Okay. Okay. Now since you are convinced, can you answer my question? Two lines have been given to you in the symmetric form. Two lines आपको दिया का मतलब कितना इंफॉर्मेशन आपको दिया है। आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि ये कोप्लानर कब होगा। कोप्लानरिटी के बारे में आपको क्या पता है बताओ। अच्छा क्या क्या दिया होता तब तुम बोलेगा कि ये कोप्लानर है। What should I give you so that you can say that these are coplanar? तुमको कुछ तो जानकारी होगा कोप्लानरिटी के बारे में। बोला बाबू।
सर 3 कोप्लेनर वेक्टर्स का बॉक्स 0
कोई
होगा।
बात नहीं, तुमको एक चीज से क्लैरिटी होना चाहिए जिससे तुम कंफर्टेबल हो। बहुत सारे मेथड्स है, एक लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन है, एक डिटरमिनेंट वाला है, एसटीपी 0 है, तुम उससे कंफर्टेबल हो, है ना। तीन वेक्टर्स अगर मैं दे दूं तो तुम ये बोल सकते हो कि ये तीनों वेक्टर्स कोप्लानर है। कैसे? उसका बॉक्स इक्वल टू 0। तुमको तीन वेक्टर चाहिए, तुम जनरेट करो ना, यही तो बात सिखा रहा हूँ। There is one line here. एक लाइन दिया मतलब इस पर मैंने तुमको एक पॉइंट दिया x1 y1 z1, कॉल इट एज ये। दूसरा लाइन दिया मतलब इस पर भी एक और पॉइंट x2 y2 z। दो पॉइंट दिया, एक ये वेक्टर है, क्या था ये a1 b1 c1 डायरेक्शन वेक्टर, पैरेलल वेक्टर, एंड एक दूसरा ये वेक्टर है a2 b2 c2। तुमको तीन वेक्टर चाहिए ना। दिस इज वन वेक्टर v1 बार, a1 b1 c1। This is another vector v2 bar, a2 b2 c2, which are nothing but drs of the lines. You want a third vector. See the diagram. Can't you find a third vector? See the diagram and tell me. Can't you see a third vector there?
Angular bisection.
सर
Press the
ए
number.
बी वेक्टर
सर
ए बी
x1
वेक्टर ए बी
x2
वेक्टर
a b वेक्टर।
तो वैसे भी सो रहा है क्या? Full this? आ जाओ बताओ तुम्हारा एंगुलर। This is your third vector. अच्छे से दो पॉइंट मिल रहा है तुमको, ये और भी ज्वाइन कर दो बाबू। तो हाँ चल प्लेन अगला वाला होगा, ठीक है ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम। तो यहाँ से याद कर लो। तो तुम्हारे पास ए बी वेक्टर है और dr1 dr2, ये तीनों वेक्टर्स अब कोप्लानर है। तो कंडीशन ये है कि ए बी बार और dr1 dr2 बॉक्स इक्वल टू 0। That means determinate fixed point का difference, that is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, and dr1 a1 b1 c1 and a2 b2 c2. This determinant should be intersecting equal to 0. So IIT में दो तीन साल ये क्वेश्चन भी पूछा है कि if these two lines intersect, then what is the condition? This is the condition. अगर मान लो तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट सिर्फ इस प्रॉब्लम में है कि उसने मतलब ये दोनों लाइन दिया है, तुमको इंटरसेक्टिंग कंडीशन निकालना है, मान लो ये मेथड तुमने नहीं सुना, तो और क्या मेथड? बहुत सारे मेथड्स होते हैं 3D में प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए, डिपेंड्स ऑन योर इमेजिनेशन समटाइम्स। एनी अदर मेथड? Remember, compare with 2D always, yeah. Suppose I give you 3 lines and I am saying they are concurrent. What you will do? 3 lines are concurrent in 2D. What you will do? 3 lines concurrent. What you will do?
तो सेम पॉइंट से पास करेंगी, तो फैमिली ऑफ लाइंस का यूज कर सकते हैं।
एग्जाम में मैंने 3 स्ट्रेट लाइन दिया है 2x plus 3y is k, x minus 4y equal to k plus 2, kx minus y equal to 2k minus 1. Find k so that these 3 lines are concurrent. What you will do? कहानी क्यों सुना रहे हो? मेरे को कंडीशन बताओ ना. इवन मेंस वाले इस पर भी ये अभी मैंने जो क्वेश्चन पूछा इस पर भी ट्विस्ट करके दे सकता है, जो मैंने आपको मैट्रिसेस में एक्सप्लेन किया था. जैसे मैंने बोला था समथिंग लाइक kx minus y, मेरे पास टाइम है तो रैंडम दे दिया मैंने, x minus 2y equal to 3k and okay 2x minus ky x minus ky is equal to 1. Find k so that these 3 lines are concurrent. These 3 lines are concurrent. So what you will do?
डिटर्मिनेंट
डिटर्मिनेंट इक्वल टू 0, उसके बारे में बात करेंगे अभी. चलो, अगर वो the determinant equal to 0 is similar to doing this determinant equal to 0. That is what
area equal to 0.
I was trying to explain. One method is directly determinant equal to 0. Any other method? अगर मान लो वो मेथड तुमको पता नहीं है और कोई मेथड यूज नहीं कर सकते क्या? 3 लाइंस कंकरेंट है, डिटरमिनेंट इक्वल टू 0 के अलावा कोई मेथड तो होगा. There is no other method. How do you prove determinant equal to 0? कहाँ से आया ये?
सर एरिया इक्वल टू 0
हैं? which area? कौन था वो महान? क्या तुमको पता है what is the area formed by 3 straight lines? Can you tell me? Can you tell me the formula? गधे बैठे हैं पूरे जीनम दुनो पता बताओ. डिटरमिनेंट इक्वल टू 0 के अलावा और कोई मेथड नहीं है कि तुम्हारे पास 3 लाइंस कंकरेंट है कि नहीं चेक करने के लिए? या कंकरेंट ही बोल रहा हूं मैं.
सर 2 लाइन का इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट निकाल के थर्ड में पुट करना.
that is from there only you got this determinant equal to 0. 2 लाइंस को सॉल्व करो, पॉइंट निकालो, तीसरा में सब्स्टिट्यूट कर लो. वैसा ही ये दोनों लाइंस इंटरसेक्ट कर रहा है, ये मैं बोल रहा हूँ, है ना? कंडीशन निकालो. कंडीशन एक तो ये हो गया, नॉन पैरेलल होना चाहिए सबसे पहले. उसके बाद ये डिटरमिनेंट 0. डिटरमिनेंट कितना आसानी से याद कर सकते हो पता है? डिफरेंस बिटवीन द फिक्स्ड पॉइंट. लिखते समय भी मैं बोला था difference between the fixed point, that is one row, dr1 dr2, that determinant equal to 0. अब चलो ये छोड़ दिया, दूसरा तरीका है, they are actually intersecting the base fellows. आपको अभी तक ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि जब भी 3D में एक लाइन दिया है सिमेट्रिक फॉर्म में, सिमेट्रिक फॉर्म इतना कंफर्टेबल फॉर्म है कि मतलब आप इक्वल टू लैम्डा कर दो यहाँ, तो इस पर एक जनरल पॉइंट मिलेगा. मान लो वो P है जो पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन है. समझ रहे हैं ना? तो ये पॉइंट का आप क्या लिख सकते हो? a लैम्डा प्लस a1 लैम्डा प्लस x1 और b1 लैम्डा प्लस y1 और c1 लैम्डा प्लस z1. आ गया ना ये पॉइंट? अब तुम क्या बोल रहे हो? ये पॉइंट को क्या मान रहे हो? पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन, व्हिच मींस दिस पॉइंट लाइज ऑन सेकंड लाइन. सीधा इसको इसमें पुट कर दो. तो a लैम्डा a1 लैम्डा प्लस x1 दैट इज x माइनस x2 by a2 इक्वल टू y b1 lambda plus y1 minus y2 by b2 equal to c1 lambda plus z1 minus z2 by c2. तो सॉल्व कर देना, then you will get the value of lambda. इससे क्या एडवांटेज है या कब ये मेथड यूज करेंगे? ये मेथड तभी यूज करेंगे जब आपको सिर्फ कंडीशन से मतलब है, k का वैल्यू निकालना. ये मेथड कब यूज करेंगे? आपको मतलब है इस पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन से. You want to find the point of intersection also. Then you can assume equal to lambda and do it. Okay? तो previously मैंने जो किया था उस डेरिवेशन में हमको r का वैल्यू इनकंसिस्टेंट क्यों है पता है? क्योंकि they were not intersection. This determinant यहाँ मैंने जो चेक किया था आपने देखा होगा कुछ determinant मैंने चेक किया. It was not equal to 0. That means the lines are not intersecting. They are not parallel. They are not intersecting. So the lines I have taken in that example was bad example because they are skew lines. Okay, so दो चीज हमने सीखा यहाँ. Number one, two lines when they give you have to verify are they parallel or not. Parallel, they will not intersect. Non-parallel, you have to wait. You don't go to the conclusion immediately like in 2D that they will be intersecting. No. Non-parallel, wait. What you have to check? Are they coplanar or not? How do you verify they are coplanar? The box has to be 0. Which box? Difference between fixed points dr1, dr2 box. The determinant should be equal to 0. If that is not equal to 0, that means they are not coplanar. Non-parallel, non-coplanar. It means they must be non-intersecting. That means they are no skew lines. जो ये मेंस का ये कहानी मैं बता रहा था. 3 लाइंस कंकरेंट है, डिटरमिनेंट 0 है, लेकिन डिटरमिनेंट 0 का मतलब ये नहीं कि लाइंस आर कंकरेंट. हो सकता है all the lines are parallel also. x minus y minus 1 equal to 0. क्योंकि जेई मेंस वाले ये इस पर आजकल ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट दिखा रहे हैं ना. ओके, आई नीड टू गिव अ 2 lines which are actually parallel lines. Yes, and x minus y minus 4 equal to 0. तो इस केस में देखो या 2 लाइंस को पैरेलल कर देते हैं, एक को एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं. अगर मान लो ये दोनों पैरेलल हुआ और ओके x minus y equal to 3 कर देता हूँ और 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 minus 1 minus 3, तो इसको मैं करता हूँ x plus y minus k 1 1 minus k equal to 0. ठीक है, तो कुछ तो वैल्यू निकलेगा 1 into k plus 3. ओके, minus plus 1 into minus k plus 3 minus 1 into 1 plus 1 2 equal to 0. तो ये आया k plus 3, k minus 3 तो गायब हो गया. 3 3 6 minus 2 4 not equal to 0. और यहाँ भी एक k डाल देता हूँ. अब देखिए k plus 3 plus 1 into minus k plus 3k minus 1 into 1 plus k 2k k minus k gone 2k plus 2 equal to 0. So k equal to we got minus 1. See, you are getting a value for k equal to minus 1 so that these 3 lines are concurrent. Like I told you in linear system, everything on paper, the theory will work only if no two are parallel, no two are coincident. But when you put k equal to minus 1, the lines coming to be x minus y minus 1 is 0, x minus y minus 3 is 0, and minus x plus y minus 1 plus 1 equal to 0. That is x minus y minus 1 equal to 0. So basically 1, 2, 3. अब बोलो, तो जो लोग कंकरेंट के लिए डेट इक्वल टू 0 बोल रहे थे उनका क्या बोलना है ना? तो जेई मेंस वाले इस पर ही ज्यादा फोकस करेंगे. इस केस में क्या होगा कि ये दोनों इनफैक्ट कोइंसाइडेड लाइंस हो गए. तो कंकरेंट के लिए कंडीशन डेट इक्वल टू 0, concurrency implies det equal to 0 only if no two are parallel or coincided. वो सारे केसेस आपको अलग से चेक करना पड़ेगा, मैं यहाँ कोई सॉलिड कंक्लूजन नहीं दे रहा। ठीक है
सर अगर ये क्वेश्चन दिया रहता तो पहले ही लिख देते k डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, क्योंकि पहली दो ही पैरेलल है। पहली दो जो लाइंस दी हुई है k की वैल्यू तो छोड़ ही दो, पहली दो ही लाइन पैरेलल है।
पहली लाइन दोनों पैरेलल है तो मैं यहाँ k डालता हूँ। अब क्या करूँ?
आप सॉल्व करेंगे?
माइनस k कर दो, kx plus y plus अब k equal to -1 is giving you the same length. ये फालतू का कहानी मत सुनो, ठीक है? जो समझा ना वो समझ लो।
यस
कौन था
सर।
ये? सत्यम था ना?
यस सर। सत्यम।
यहाँ आ जाओ, तुमको बहुत लड्डू मिलेगा। ठीक है? तो बात ये है कि immediately before you jump to the conclusion that that equal to 0, please ensure that no two lines are parallel, no two lines are coincident. Then only this thing will work. So आज हमने डिस्कस किया था कि what is the condition for two lines to be intersecting. Okay. The same thing in vectors. Find the condition so that r bar equal to a1 bar plus lambda b1 bar, r bar equal to a2 bar plus lambda b2 bar. Remember, this is a line passing through the point a1 with position vector a1 bar and parallel to the vector b1 bar. Another line passing through a2 bar parallel to b2 bar. Find the condition so that these two lines are intersecting lines. So number one, intersecting line. Number one, they should not be parallel. They should not be parallel, which means b1 cross b2 should not be equal to 0. Or b1 by b1 bar, okay, equal to lambda b2 bar should not be possible. They should not be in proportion. Should not be possible for scalar lambda. There should not be any such scalar. वो तो simple condition है. Main condition है Copeland है. If they are intersecting, join these two points. देखो वो logic अभी भी काम करेगा. दो fixed points, a2 minus a1 bar, and second vector b1 bar, dr1, dr2. This box should be equal to 0. Box should be equal to 0. This is the condition for the lines to be intersecting. This one and this one. Okay? Clearly, if the box is not equal to 0 or the earlier det not equal to 0, that is the condition for the lines to be skew lines. Okay? We will continue tomorrow. With the skew lines, and we'll move on. Tomorrow we'll finish skew lines, and only thing left is planes and skew. I need max 3 lectures.